And everyone, welcome back to beautiful Indianapolis Speedway here, ready for the first round of the chase. As we see, everyone is 2 by 2 right now. I think one of the biggest stories as we get ready to go to green is that Wade, our championship leader coming into the first round, is starting 13th place with only 3 cars behind him. I think that's what do you guys think about that?
I find it very
surprising.
Very interesting. He has a track record to be a lower qualifier, but he should be able to bring that speed if he made it this far into the playoffs. So,
absolutely. And green flags out in the air here at Indianapolis, as we see JDMX Hawk and Optimal Mantis side by side, pretty even, going through the start-finish line. And seems like Optimal Mantis is going to try to use that outside line, but it's able to almost clear Hawk coming out of turn 1, but Hawk has Dawson pushing him hard into turn 2 right now, as we see still 2 by 2 there. And it seems like Hawk is going to be able to get that lead coming out of turn 2, but Optimal Mantis trying to fight back on that outside line, as we see a couple guys are starting to come to his aid. And Hawk's finally able to clear Optimal Mantis going into turn 3 there, as Optimal Mantis goes extremely wide. He's going to lose a couple positions there.
It looks like, for the most part, everyone's gotten away cleanly.
Definitely seems like that. And a lot of times in some of these bigger tracks, a lot of these guys get extremely aggressive on the first lap. So a little surprised for sure to see that these guys have kept their noses clean. As we see, Dawson's going to dive to the inside, try to get a run on Hawk coming out of 1, right on his bumper. Just can't seem to find that gap, trying to very aggressive move already coming out of turn 1, but coming out of turn 2, but it seems like he really wants to get that lead, and I can definitely understand that.
Random Chili getting quite a decent run heading into turn 3, taking a couple positions. Currently side by side with JDM Culture, otherwise known by the drivers as CR7 Nation. Very respectable driver.
Absolutely wonderful. Absolutely. Had a little disappointing season. I already see JDMX Hawk is going to pit already, only on lap 4 of 131. It's going to very early pit there for JDMX Hawk.
Yeah, bizarre
and then
strategy.
We also see, I think some of these guys already decided that was a smart move to pit this early, as we see a couple guys also pit. We see a couple guys do pit, including JDMX Hawk, JDMX Culture, Mini Panda, as well as JW Reno and Back in Black. All pit, or sorry, not Back in Black. Everyone, including JW Reno, Hawk, Culture, and Mini Panda, all decided to pit.
it's a very interesting move to go to pit this early. However, it is going to be interesting to see how these drivers and their pit strategy helps them or hurts them later on in this race.
Absolutely, man. I think, being a driver myself at one point, these guys have pretty much dissected the race down to a certain science, you can say. As we know, the pit window, or the fuel window for this race is about 33 to 37 laps. I think these guys know the exact number, and those guys are just trying to make it so they barely have to get the fuel all the way in. You see Dawson is taking the lead here.
Our current
Sorry, go ahead.
Driver, yeah. Looks like the person with the most has made the most positions up is Exiv. Made up to second place, made up 5 positions.
Absolutely.
Start for him.
Exiv is a very aggressive driver when it comes to trying to get the lead. Very smart though, but has a lot of speed, and a lot of drivers do respect him. So, not surprised to see him up there already contending for that lead with Dawson.
Now, what a lot of drivers don't talk about, or what isn't talked about here, is the tire wear. Since Indianapolis is diamond cut, the track surface eats away at the tires a lot faster than most other circuits. So, could be interesting to see what kind of strategies these drivers pull off.
Absolutely, man. I think you definitely make a very, very keen point that there are the tire wear is higher in Indianapolis, but I think it's safe to say that most oval tracks don't have as expect them to. But I think absolutely, as you said, it's very important to see that, a lot of drivers have opted to go with the fuel strategy compared to a tire strategy. I think, one of the biggest things you have to look at overall is some of the guys that did pit earlier, they're currently at a risk of losing a lap already this early in the race. I know for some people it might not be the biggest thing in the world, but I think it's definitely, for some of the playoff drivers like Hawk, who did pit early, he has to be weighing in on his mind right now.
In fourth, you can see Optimal Mantis right now. Started off in second place. He may have dropped two, but he does seem to be the fastest car with the fastest lap on the track right now.
Absolutely. I think Optimal Mantis might have, he doesn't get a lot of opportunities to start that high up, especially during a chase race. I think he just got a little nervous there, made a mistake entering 3 a little high there, and it seems that a caution has been called out. This is the first caution of the race on lap 8.
Are there stages in this race?
There are no stages, actually. It's one continuous race.
Going to that caution there, it looked like Fan, not sure if either he maybe got a little loose or somebody made a little contact with him, but it looked like he spun out a little bit, managed to save it, but hit the wall pretty hard there.
Yeah, I think that's going to be really detrimental to him. As we know, Fan, one of our playoff drivers this season, really looking to start off with a positive note, but is safe to say that he has not been able to do so just because of some of the issues he's had. We know Indy's one of his favorite tracks, but so far just isn't showing it yet.
Barnesy, Fan, back in black. 3 drivers head into the pits, get a splash of fuel, fresh tires.
I think definitely right now a lot of the drivers who did pit on lap 4 are really breathing a sigh of relief right now, as they are able to catch up to the back of the field. As you said, Barnsley, Fan, and
Back in black.
Yeah, I think those guys, I'm not sure if it's playing into their strategy right now, but it definitely seems like they were very confident to pit there. As you see, everyone has caught up back to the field, and we will be going to green any moment now, just waiting on the call from Fan to decide when to go to green.
We go green at, not at the line.
It's a timer. So yeah, it's a timer. So they will. So our race director will decide when to go green.
Okay.
And it does seem we're back to green here in Indianapolis on lap 9. And once again, Dawson gets quite a good jump there. Is able to keep Exiv right behind him. But we do see further back in the field, 2-3 wide, as we see Optimal Mantis and Azuar duking it out there for 3rd place. But this team Azuar is able to hold off, as we see Wade able to get the position from Optimal Mantis, but Optimal Mantis fights back.
Barnesy, Mini Panda, and Fan have gone 3 wide down the straightaway. Currently heading to turn 1.
Yeah, very aggressive with Mini Panda especially. We know that, he's a young, aggressive driver who wants to get a win, but, this is not the way to do it, especially in a chase race when there's a lot on the line for some of these guys. As you see, Azuar all over the back bumper of Exiv. Azuar was our only Ford driver, actually, in the chase this season, so I'm sure he wants to try to gap the rest of the field as much as possible, as early as possible.
Look at the back of the pack here. We can see that it looks like Back in Black seems to have lost a bit of ground on the rest of the pack.
Definitely seems like that, yeah. It seems like Back in Black just struggles a little bit with pace at times.
Oh, we have a little contact. Exiting turn 1. Mini Panda hits the wall just a little bit. Barnesy heads up the inside of JDM Culture and and Mini Panda. Currently making a double pass.
Yeah, I think Barnsley's one
This
of
is
our
very interesting how
more-
you can see that some of the cars are now splitting off. Some of the back of the pack splitting off from the rest of the front.
Absolutely, like you said, King. You know, a lot of tracks, especially Daytona, they'll stay very close together. But Indiana is one of those more technical tracks where it takes a little bit more skill, and you'll see usually a lot more dispersed packs of drivers. As we see the front four right now, all bumper to bumper. As we see Dawson goes a little lower there, and Exif just goes a little wide. The rest of the field also carries wide with him. As we see 3 wide further back in the pack there for 5th place.
You got plenty of action going on around here.
Absolutely.
So we are currently in chase race number 1 of how many TTV?
We should have 3 chase races. That's what it's planned for. Our first race, obviously, here is at Indianapolis, followed by Daytona, which is next weekend at the same time, and then finally our championship race, which is in 2 weeks, or 3 weeks, sorry, as we do have an all-star race in 2 weeks from now. So be sure to go tune in for all of those and check out the PPRL Wix webpage, which will be linked in the description down below, so you guys can always check out the latest news for PPRL.
I'm noticing a lot of guys, not a lot, but a few guys in this field are sponsored by Rogue Energy. Now, I know in the past that Rogue Energy is affiliate, but it's good to see getting into all fields of even Forza.
Absolutely. As you bring that up, this broadcast is actually sponsored by Rogue Energy and Opsy Gaming Chairs. Be sure to go check out my webpage for all the latest discounts and free merch. As we see, the front two have really distanced themselves at this point, as Exif is really pushing Dawson. But as we do know, these two are teammates and working very well right now with each other.
Yeah,
So further back in the field, looking back on King Wade, who's made quite a charge up the field from all the way from 13th place, the lowest starting playoff driver. Currently finds himself in 3rd place after a little bit of luck, obviously, after that wreck.
Yeah, Wade's currently holding back the floodgates from, or either that or the top 2 just have enough speed to play.
Absolutely. I think, like you said, I think Wade is just struggling a little bit with pace right now. As you see, Random Shy is right behind him. As we all know, Random Shy is a very aggressive driver. Has a win this season, but yet to win on an oval. So I'm sure he wants to get that win tonight. You see all on the bumper of Wade there, but I think these guys are definitely, the front 2 are just absolutely bossing it right now. Have quite a distance. I believe they have about a 6/10 of a second gap for the rest of the field.
Wade
as we
hits
see
the
Random
wall.
Shy and Azwar. Yeah, as we see Azwar, Random Shy, gonna go too wide there. Gonna fan out all over the backstretch as Wade really struggles coming off that corner. 3 wide further back in the field there for Wade. Very tight racing here. 3 wide coming out of turn 3. Gonna stay 3 wide going to turn 4 right now. Sure, Wade right now wants to get out of that position, but just can't seem to get out of that position right now. Kind of stuck right now, tucking right behind 99 there.
Random Shy currently going all around the outside of Optimal Mansions. We're going to see if he's going to be able to pull off the move. I don't think Optimal Mansions is going to give up an inch.
Yeah, I think like you said, man, that outside groove, it's probably the only place to pass because everyone wants that inside groove, but it's so tough unless you have someone actually pushing you there. So, as you said, I think it's key to make sure you can really defend that inside line to the best of your ability.
Random Shy
It looks
currently
like we're-
holding off the floodgates.
Ooh, and they seem to have just broken a bit as Optimal Mantis and Wade get by for a brief moment.
Yeah, I think right now these guys going 2 wide, 3 wide back here, really duking it out. It's really helping some of the guys up front, as we can see Dawson, Exiv, and Aswar seem to check out the rest of the field, as Wade is going to regain 4th place, going to try to hunt down Aswar. As you see, Random Shy and Optimal Mantis go 2 wide coming out of turn 2. Sorry, entering turn 2.
All this
Optimal
fighting
Mantis
for
is
position
very,
back there. Go ahead.
Optimal Mantis is a very aggressive driver. I know him from the past. He's been making currently he's been making steps to try to be a little more cool-headed, but he still always has an inner flare.
Yeah, as a lot of people say, you can take the tiger out of the jungle, but you can't take the jungle out of the tiger. So, just one of those things. It's one of those. A lot of drivers, as we know, Azawar, Woolly Mixer, very aggressive. Sometimes make reckless moves, but you know, sometimes they stick, and when they do stick, it's quite fun for us to see that. But I'm sure a lot of the drivers don't appreciate the moves that they make at times. As you see, 3 wide coming out of turn 1 there.
Random Shy making a double pass. Heading
Yeah,
into
I'm
5th place.
very surprised that they actually made that work. As we see, Random Shy is going to go try the inside of Wade right now, going down the backstretch into turn 3.
He has the momentum.
Absolutely, he does. He's going to make the pass quite easily on Wade going to turn 3. But right now, currently our chase drivers are in 1st, 2nd, 3rd. Wade is in 5th. Fan is in 10th. And Hawk is currently going to be in, I believe, 7th place, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, he is. So Fan right now the lowest running of all the chase drivers. I'm sure he's going to try his best to move up as Hawk loses position. Wade all over the back bumper right now of Random Shy. Going to push him down the backstretch. Going to try to get a run on him. Just can't seem to do so, but all over the back bumper there of Random Shy. As we are experiencing technology. There we go, we're back. And Random Shy going to go a little higher there, but able to get that half lane higher line working.
Azwar only has a 2nd lead.
Yeah, I mean, as we see, those guys up front have really checked down the field at this point. It seems like they're working really well together. They're able to, you know, keep that teammate momentum going.
You know, speaking of this checking out from the rest of the field, if we look at the very back of the pack, you can see Back in Black and Barnesy are just really, really far out of the pack. I wonder what must be going through their minds right now.
I think they had an altercation on the initial restart. They must have had some issue, and they must have got tangled up with something. Yeah, but definitely a little surprised to see how far Barnesy is right now. But it definitely seems like they have some damage or some type. So it seems like I think it's Back in Black, right? Or sorry, Barnesy seems to be off pace by quite a bit right now. So not sure if he has. Yeah, it does seem like Barnesy does have damage. The caution has once again. Yep, caution has been called out once more, and it's going to be on lap 21. As I said, this is our 2nd caution, as Dawson has so far led 19 laps. Hawk has led the other 4, but it does seem like Dawson right now is looking quite comfortable at the front of the field, as Wade going to go for a little drive through the grass there. And I believe, who is that? I think it's Barnesy. Yeah, Barnesy has pitted. So I think Barnesy right now a little frustrated with whomever that might be, as Barnesy pits on lap 20.
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong here, but I think I'm rating that the current top speed is 191 miles an hour. It's the same for you. Maybe it's just the driver I'm focusing in on.
Yeah, let's see. It should. Yeah, top speed is 197. That's going to be King Wade with the highest speed. I believe Joe has lagged out. Yes, Joe has lagged out officially. He has had some.
It's unfortunate.
That is unfortunate. He's had a really tough season with his Wi-Fi. I think that's his biggest battle right now, just trying to get his Wi-Fi going. And I think who won the bet there? King, with Joe lagging out there?
I said
before the race started.
first pit stop, and so
Yeah.
do
Yeah, it does
believe I
seem
may have
like-
lost that. But with the first
Yeah, I
caution, I
think
don't know. Pack a punch. What
Yeah,
was
I
your
think-
bet there?
Well, I was betting that he'd at least make it to the first pit stop, but
Okay.
Oh, well,
I
then it
think
looks
that's
like
on
we have
me
a
then. That's
winner.
one for me. Yeah. That's unfortunate though. As much as I hate to see that, it's unfortunate to see that. You know.
know.
Thank you, Joe. We did not notice that at all, bud. But yeah, it does seem like Joe's season continues to be a struggle as he finishes dead last once more with another DNF. But it does seem like everyone has caught up. Barnesy has caught to the back of the field. He's getting ready to get going, getting his tires warmed up. I'm sure Dawson is loving to see these caution laps as he gets just more laps under his belt as a leader.
And I bet Dawson and Akesev really hoping that they can get another nice start here, so that way they can try to separate from the pack just like they were.
Absolutely, man. You know, earlier they had about a 4-second lead on the rest of the field, so I'm sure those guys are going to try their best to keep their noses clean once more as everyone's getting ready for that restart. And green flags back out of here in Indianapolis. Once more, we see that the front couple guys are very well in line right now, not jostling for a lot of position right now, just content with where they are. But it definitely seems like those front two are just so strong together. Just the question is, can anyone really, you know, bring them down?
A little further back in 8th and 9th, we can see our first piece of action since the restart here with Hawk and Fan battling it out for 8th.
Absolutely. As we said, those guys are in the playoffs, and we see a couple 2-3 wide further back in the field. But as you did say, you know, one of those drivers will, their championship bid will end after this race. So I'm sure those guys are looking forward to, you know, trying to get as further up as possible. As we see, Azwar is going to take it 2 wide, and Random Shot going to take it 3 wide down the backstretch. Decides to back out, but still 2 wide as Random Shot pushes Azwar, trying to get past Exif, but Dawson's still up in front. See, Exif going to go very wide here, and Random Shot almost to the wall there. Still 2 wide coming out of turn 2 and going to turn 3. I'm sure Exif is trying to keep his fingers crossed right now to make sure he doesn't make any contact with that wall. As we do see, Exif's able to get the momentum off the high line, stay in second place, and there, I'm sure he wants to right now just get his hands rid of Azwar and try to work with Dawson once more. But it does seem like Azwar is keen on fighting for that second place right now.
yeah, we see Azwar getting a nice little run on Exif. Oh, never mind, Exif's getting a run on Dawson. A little group heading to turn 3.
You see once more, everyone's single file through turns 3 right now, going a little bit high there, going a little wide, but able to keep it all single file.
Ooh. As you are not getting a good run off at turn number 4, have Random Shot going up the inside. Looks like he might be able to get a run. Big boost coming from Wade. Looks like he's going to get the job done. We'll see.
Absolutely, I'm gonna change my batteries real fast once more.
As you are surprisingly been able to hold on. It's a very impressive defense.
Yeah, it definitely seems like, you know, Azwar is starting to
Saw
slowly.
a bit earlier Optimantis make a tiny bit of contact with the wall. He still has the fastest lap for the day. But that little bit of contact with the wall did seem to slow him down quite a bit.
Yeah,
As he has now dropped a couple of positions.
absolutely. As you see, Wade and Random Shot currently fighting for 4th place right now. As currently the top 3 are all playoff drivers, but I'm sure Random Shot wants to put a dent in everyone's day by being the black horse and trying to get that win. His first ever oval win here on PPRL Cup Series. As you see, the front two once more have really gapped themselves once again. As I think one of the biggest advantages these guys have as they get going further in the field is, you know, these guys are really working well together, not squabbling over position. It seems like someone has pit. Who may that be? Let's check.
Yeah, Wooly Mixer just pit.
Wooly Mixer just pit on lap 26.
Very interesting. I wonder what could have been going on.
Yeah, not sure. He did pit earlier on lap 4, but I don't think it's a strategy choice.
He might have had some contact
Must
with the
been
wall
something
somewhere.
wrong with his car.
Could be, yeah, something that we just don't know of. We might have to ask him after the race what happened. But as you see, Dawson,
This must be a very, very scary position to be for Wooly to have pitted at, you know, such an unexpected time. Now, so far away from the pack.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, anytime you have to go off strategy, it throws your night kind of into just lingo. You guys kind of hash up whatever you can. I think that's one of the hardest parts. And more than that, right now he's in survival mode. He just wants to make sure that he can stay on the lead lap, not lose a lap, and just, you know, continue, try to get a caution, catch up to the field, and, you know, just, you know, we've seen he hasn't had the pace to really win, but, you know, I'm sure he wants to get a top 10 out of tonight.
Man. Well, I gotta tell you guys something. My toe is killing me. It's very itchy. Alright.
Yeah, but it definitely seems like, you know, Dawson and Exiv once more have broken away about a 1.1 second lead to the rest of the pack right now. So these guys are comfortably out front once more. I think that's the biggest question we're going to ask pretty much all tonight. Can any of these guys break these guys apart? Because these guys are our teammates in the chase, but right now they're playing very nice with each other right now, just trying to make sure that they are in contention for the race when it matters.
I think if they're ever going to probably be able to split them up, it'll probably have to be on a restart because they're not going to be able to catch him until then.
Yeah, it definitely seems like that, or unless there's a mistake in the pits or something like of some sort of like that. Yeah, it just seems like these guys are able to keep it clean, push each other very well. So X is going to go extremely wide, going to try to get within that bubble coming out of turn 3.
Midfield looks pretty. It looks like everyone's playing along. Just riding out the race. Everything. Just trying to get through it safely.
Absolutely, as you see, you know, it seems very tight between right now. The top. It seems like the battle for 3rd and 4th is very hot right now. Aswar has it. Fan wants it. As you know, I think Fan and Hawk right now have been very quietly have been making their way through the field right now. As you see, Fan started in 10th place, currently finds himself in 4th place. But it does seem like Wade has fallen back a couple positions, but at this point, we are really starting to see that all the playoff drivers are finding themselves up in the front of the field. You see, Fan goes 3 wide. Oh, a little bit of contact with Fan and Optimal Mantis there, bouncing off each other, coming out of 3 there. As Fan still 3 wide going through turns 4. I think Optimal Mantis decides to back out there very smartly. As Fan's going to dive down that front stretch, but still too wide. As Fan, I think, is going to have to tuck in behind Optimal Mantis going to turn 1 there. Yes, he does. Smart move by Fan there. Just has too much on the line to get in a wreck like this early in the race.
JDM currently has got a run. Looks up the inside of Fan. He's got a good run off of 2. You can see. Oh, it looks like caution's come
Caution
out.
has been called once more on lap 31. This is I believe the 3rd caution of the night. 3rd caution of the night, yep. And Dawson so far has led, I believe, 26 laps. Yeah, 26 laps tonight, going on to 27 at the line. And Hawk has led the other 4. And as we've seen, guys, the leaders are yet to pit. So will they pit now? Is this in their strategy? I don't think so, yeah. As we see Fan, I believe that is Fan who dives into the pits. Yes, he does. This will be his second stop of the night on lap 26.
Let's see if
And-
anybody's in the pits yet. Or
Yeah,
pits
quite
open?
a few cars. Yeah, if we can get a
I
call out.
believe Random Shy must have been involved in the accident. He's been going pretty slow around the track, and he is now entering pit road.
Absolutely. I believe, can we get a call out on all the pits? We got Wade who pitted, Random Shy, I believe, also pitted, right?
Back in black.
Back in black, pits once
Ba-
more. Okay, Barnesy pits once more. That's going to be his third pit, I believe. Yes, that is Barnesy's third pit of the night.
Our current leaders are Dawson, Exiv, As You Are, Optimal Mantis, and who's that behind him?
I believe...
JD and Hawk.
Yeah, it's JD Max Hawk. And then who else pit there?
I think everybody from 5th down, at least.
Fifth down, okay. So I believe CR7 also would have pit.
Yeah, let's go and check him out, see what kind of thing he's going up to, what kind of his damage.
As everyone is getting ready to go back to green here at Indy. Barnesy pits, Skrizzle also pit. That's going to be Skrizzle's first stop on lap 32.
Something I was just about to mention right before the caution came out was how it seemed very interesting how the pack behind Dawson and Exiv was racing very, very competitively. But you could see the further you went back, the more relaxed drivers were. They weren't really trying to go too crazy. They were just fending for themselves to make sure they don't get any lower.
Absolutely, and green flag's about in the air. As you did say, yeah, it definitely seems like some of the drivers further back are just kind of taking a chill right now, just trying to make sure they don't cause anything to happen for some of the playoff drivers. As Dawson and Exiv get great restart once more, but Aswar's on their bumper right now, really pushing Exiv coming out of turn 1 there.
Oh, I stand corrected. Looks like everybody from 6th place up that restarted didn't go into the pits.
Yeah,
Currently running on a quarter of a tank.
yeah, it definitely seems like these guys have to pit sooner or later, but there have been quite a few caution laps. I'm sure some of these guys are thinking, I'm sure I can save a little bit more, just trying to stay out and trying to catch later caution. What their mindset must be.
We have entered the pit window. 33 to 37 is the pit window.
Absolutely, but I think, as I did say earlier, there have been 3 cautions, so about 6 laps of saved fuel, so I'm sure those guys are going to try to stretch it out as far as they can go right now.
Yeah, you're 100% right on that, TTV.
Guys, just gonna chime in real quick and say that turns out I was not connected to my extender for the past couple of weeks. So everything's running like a charm right now. Brother sitting here laughing at me.
Well, hopefully next race we can see a bit more out of JW Reno.
Absolutely. I think, Reno has had a very quiet season, a little disappointing season, hasn't got as many races under his belt this season. I think next season he's really wanted to, get some races under, make sure he completes all the laps, gets a little bit more going for him. I think that, would really help his, his attitude,
He does seem to have decent potential, but yeah, like you said, if he can get more laps in and finish a couple more races, may be able to see a better side of him.
Absolutely, yeah. But yeah, so far it's been a race dominated by Dawson. Got the lead off Hawk, who pitted quite early. Currently finds himself As we see finally, Dawson's going to pit and Fan takes over the lead on lap 36 it is. Can we get a call out please on all the cars pitting? Dawson, Exiv's also going to
As
pit.
you are pitting, Exiv pitting, Dawson.
Have pit, I believe.
Looks like everyone that was in the top 6 has gone in for their pit stop.
I see. Let's see who else is pit. Exiv is pit. Optimal Mantis is also pit. And JDMX Hawk has also decided to pit once more.
As they rejoin the track, Dawson, Exiv, Optimal Mantis, JDM Hawk, As You Are, and JDM Culture
Yeah.
just entering back from their pit stops.
Yep. Yeah, it definitely seems like there's a mixed bag of strategy out here. So, I'm sure it'll be very interesting to see how everything plays out as we get further and further into the race. But at this point, that means everyone has made a pit stop officially, so... And then I believe Mini Panda also pitted at that sequence. As we go on board with our race leader, Fan, currently in the, has been in the lead for the past one lap.
Well, that's one thing I'm not excited about. My ice and my cup has melted.
Clearly, we have very.
I like eating ice.
Clearly, we have very straight priorities here at the PPRL broadcast booth. Pack Punch is more worried about his ice in the race right now, and as we just found out, King has not been connected to the extender, so he's struggling with that. But on track right now, we see King Wade and Fan both on ABR, currently leading. They look very strong out front right now, but it's being very interesting to see if they can, similar to Dawson and Exif, pull away from the rest of the field. It's going to be one of the biggest questions we'll be asking tonight. See, we're having some technical difficulties right now. Just give us a moment, folks, as we are getting a connection fixed. And we are back. 35.
Optimal Mantis and Exif currently battling it out in turn 3. Disconnected just a little bit.
Yep.
As they enter into turn 4, it looks like it's gonna go 3 wide, exiting turn 4. As you are getting up the middle, in between Optimal Mantis and Exif. Looks like he's got a nice run. We're gonna see how this pans out.
Absolutely. Out here, out front in the lead right now. Look, it's quite tame right now. Everyone's kind of single file, just trying to be very, very conservative right now. Not trying to make any mistakes, as we do have another blackout. We are back once more. But yeah, looking at the strategy right now, it's kind of looking at a mixed bag right now. As you see, quite a few drivers have pit. Everyone is actually pit at this point. And it's interesting to see that, we see a lot of these drivers, and we look at the scoring charts, and it seems like a lot of people have mixed strategies. Mini Panda last pit on lap 36, Willie Mixer last pit on 26. We have some guys who pitted during the caution on lap 32, so really is a mixed strategy right now. It's going to be interesting to see how these things play out as we get further in the race, as we see Fan going to go a little bit higher there. You see Wade's going to make sure he tucks in, and Pack-a-Punch trying to get him back in. There we go.
There
he
it is.
As we were saying, Fan and Wade trying to work hard right now together, but it definitely does seem like Random Shot is giving him a little bit more trouble than they would like. Oh, and Random Shot going to clip Wade a little bit going into turn 1, as Fan starting to gap Wade, but I'm sure Wade will start to close back up with Random Shot pushing him.
Very, very sorry about that. Believe internet gave out on me for a little bit.
Absolutely, no issues.
Is there any way I can get back into the race, or
It seems like
Well,
the race has
Glitching out.
I think the race just crashed out. The whole lobby just crashed. It seems to me.
Really?
Yeah, it just seems
Wow.
like the whole lobby has crashed. So, folks, for the
In my
first
40 years of racing, haven't seen anything like
yeah, I
this.
think. I mean, we
This
did
is
see.
very
Actually, the
interesting.
funny part is 2 races ago at Sonoma, last lap, second to last lap, this actually happened. So, right now, this is the second time this has happened. We currently still do not have any form of system in place to fix this. So we are currently just gonna have to wait. So bear with us, folks. The race just lobby just crashed on lap 37, I believe. Is that right, guys?
37, that's correct.
yes.
Or sorry, 30. Sorry, lap 39. My bad,
38?
39. 39, I think.
39.
It was. Yeah, 39. Yep. As Fan was currently leading, just led his third lap of the race.
You could invite me back if
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. I'll get that.
Chips Ahoy.
that sounds like a good thing to do while we experience some technical difficulties.
Okay, guys. I just got a message from Fan. I'm just gonna mute myself and hear that real fast. Okay, so we are getting word from race control that we are going to resume the race, I believe, from the lap.
Alright, could you let me, or give me an invite, please?
Yes, absolutely. I'll do that right now for you. Okay, guys, so to all those watching right now, we are going to resume the race. I believe the lap should be somewhere around lap 39, I believe. And we are getting word that we're going to have 91 laps to go at the restart. So 91 laps to go at the restart. So 40
The
laps
race
complete.
must go on.
So yeah, 40 laps complete. We will go green with 91 laps to go. So with 40 laps complete, that means we've had 3 different leaders. Hawk, Dawson, Fan. Hawk and Fan have each led 4 apiece. Dawson has led 31, but currently Fan is our race leader. To all those who just joined us in the broadcast, we are currently having some technical difficulties. We had an issue with Forza, so we are going to have to continue the race where we left off. And we're going to be left off with 91 laps to go, 91 laps to go. So if we had 40 laps complete, we'll have 91 to go when we go back to green. So right now we're trying to get everyone back into the lobby and just try to make sure that we have all the proper drivers in the right position.
I only have a handful of Chips Ahoy chewy cookies in my hand. I rate them 10 out of 10. And everyone should go try them out. If you're listening to this on Twitch, I recommend them.
It seems like we are... JW Reno is going to be back in the race now. Seems like he's had his engine issues fixed, and they are going to let him back into the race. Very interesting circumstances. So we will have a... oh, and he has left the race already. Spoke a little too soon. Okay,
Very
well,
typical fashion.
in typical fashion, Reno has lagged out before the race even started. So at this point, we are currently waiting on all the drivers to get back into the race, and we will be going back to green momentarily. Also, side note to all commentators, can we make sure that we get the laps? So we can get all the people who pit on the right lap. Please just call that out, please.
Yes.
I have a note. I'm gonna have a notebook
I'm sorry,
out.
you're cutting out there.
Yeah, no issues. Just make sure you can call out all the drivers on what lap they pit. Just make a better call out. So I'm planning to what is it? Write all the drivers down which lap they pit, so we can update as we go. So still,
Looks like there's a new session.
I believe so. Yeah, we're gonna have to join a new session. So stick with us, folks, as we are trying to get these technical difficulties fixed. We're gonna try to get an invite from one of the drivers in the current session, or in the new session. Excuse me. Try to join off. Let's see. Can we join off these guys? Yes, we can. And there we go. I'm gonna be sending you guys an invite real fast. Okay, and as we are getting ready to go back to green here at Indianapolis, to all of those who are just joining us, we will be going green with 91 laps to go, which means we had 40 laps complete. We will have all 16 drivers, I believe, who will be restarting the race. So we will be currently waiting for everyone to get going once more. Until then, just bear with us, please. Man, weird race, guys, eh? First time, I think it's the first time we've had a full red flag situation where we actually had to leave the race in. So, and we are getting ready to go. 91 laps, as you can see, to go.
You know, a sort of unintentional consequence I just realized of the technical difficulties here is that everybody is going to be back on the very same hit schedule.
That is
So
very
it looks
true.
like it has second chance.
That's very true. Yeah, it's kind of gonna throw a wrench really into, and also it's gonna really bunch up the field once more, because as we did know, a lot of our drivers were about half a lap down just because they pit. So it's gonna be very interesting to see how this gets restarted.
Any benefits, any positives, any negatives, it's all been wiped clean.
Absolutely.
Any strategies going to have to be rethink.
I think truly it's a clean slate once more. Everyone's going to be on the same playing field. So as we get ready to go to green. To all those who just joined us on the stream, we're just getting ready to go to green once more. We had a major lag issue and everyone kind of lagged out. We had some server issues, so just bear with us as we do get everything. And we should be getting ready to go once more. Okay, and we're just trying to make sure everyone is getting ready to go once more. I believe everyone, Pack-a-Punch and King, yep, you guys are in. Lovely.
I'm currently not seeing the option spectate.
Yeah, I believe that option it'll appear when we get closer to green, so we'll just be waiting for that to happen. Yep, no issues. So yeah, guys, I think one of the biggest stories right now as we get ready to go back to green is trying to figure out the order of the grid, right? We had Fan, obviously, that was leading with Wade right behind him. But And I think right now they're trying to figure that out, but it definitely feels like an advantage for some of the drivers who did pit. As we know, what was it, Hawk, Exiv, those guys who did pit on lap 36.
Right in the fuel strategy, fuel pit window.
Absolutely, as we do know, our fuel window is 33 to 37 laps, so it could be a 2-stop race to the end of this race if they really can try to stretch it out. But I think realistically a 3-stop race is what it's going to be at this point. So I'm sure some of these guys will be crunching their numbers before we go back to green here. Currently, folks, we're getting word from race control that they're trying right now to get the starting order right to make sure that everyone starts in the position that they were in when the server did crash. So we are going to be waiting still for a couple more minutes until we get all this set up. And it seems like they have got this grid order to a decent level. Looks like very similar to what we had when we got lagged out of the race. So another couple more minutes and we'll be back to green here with 91 laps to go. And there's the option, boys, to spectate, so go ahead and let's get ready to get going.
Alrighty.
Okay, guys, so at this point, we are going to go back to green here at Indianapolis. It's going to be 91 laps to go at the commencement of the green flag. We will... Fan currently is our leader, followed by King Wade, Willie Mixer, Barnesy, and Random Shy around the top 5. We did see a couple of our guys further back in the field that did pit, such as Active, Dawson, Azawar. Those guys pit, so they're further back in the field right now. But I'm sure we'll see them back up to the front before you know it.
Alright, everybody.
As everyone
single
goes,
file.
Yep, getting ready to go back to green. And then, guys, just letting you guys know, in the laps where they pit, just you can put the lap of the race we're in right now. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I think we'll all know, for like realistically. So
Right.
as we are going back to green here, I think some just people are shuffling around just to make sure they're in the right position. Fan is our current leader, followed by King Wade. The only two playoff guys actually in the top 5. If we look further back, we'll see Exiv and Hawk and those guys further back in the field because they did make a pit stop. So actually our only guys in the top 9, actually playoff guys in the top 9. So very interesting to see that.
Something I am very interested to see is that Barnesy, you know, he had a bit of a rough go at it before the giant crash, and now we as we're heading to green here, we have him starting in 4th, so maybe he will get a better opportunity to win this race.
Absolutely, as we see Fan and Wade going to get a very clean restart there, but Willie's really trying to push Wade right now, but I think Willie smartly just backed out of it, coming out of turn 4 right now, under attack from Random Shy, but it seems like Fan and Wade are working very well right now together as teammates. You see them enter turn 1, 2 wide further back in the field, 3 wide also. Very clean restart for our leaders, but I'm sure right now... Oh, and there's going to be a wreck back further back in the field. I think that's going to be a couple of our playoff drivers might be involved to see... Exiv, Mini Panda, and Skrizzle all get involved in a very early wreck, which is gonna have major chase implications as we see Exiv is going to be trundling along right now the backstretch, trying to make his way back to pit road. Major playoff implications for Exiv, as we see Fan is going to come back and lead a couple more laps. As you see, some of the guys still trundling along, trying to get up to pit road. As you see, Skrizzle and Mini Panda. Skrizzle right now in the pits, I believe. And Mini Panda still well on the backstretch right now, trying to get to the pits. But I'm sure very frustrated right now with each other.
It looks like Mini Panda will get lapped before he can make it to pit road.
Absolutely. Seems like he's struggling right now, but it's a little surprised that Exiv didn't have to pit. Maybe he just missed pit road, but seems like Exiv is just doing just fine, continuing along at decent speed. As King Wade continues to push Fan down the front stretch right now, trying to pull away from Woolly Mixer and Random Shy. You see Skrizzle coming out of the pits right now. And Mini Panda has finally made it to pit road on lap 3, technically for him. As Mini Panda is 1 lap down.
Hopefully he can get out of pit road in time to not take another one down.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really tight right now. As you see, he's pulling out his pit box right now. But here come the leaders barreling down turn 4, coming out of turn 4 right now. So I think he should be able to make it, but he might have to yield to the leaders coming down the front stretch right now. We see Wade goes a little wide in that corner, going to allow Random Try to get close down to his bumper. But Wade, once again, going to tuck in behind Fan as Random Shy decides to just stay in line. Smart decision. As we do see, Mini Panda is currently by himself entering turn 3 right now. As the leaders come barreling down the backstretch, so I'm sure they're going to catch him sooner or later.
Everyone's looking nice and tight, heading into turn. Currently in turn 4, going up to the backstretch. Sorry about that. I had to step away from the mic for a little bit.
No, you're all good. As you see, Wade's going to go to the outside of Fan here, being pushed by Random Shy, going into turn 1. Fan's going to try to defend, is able to do so against his teammate, as Wade going to go to the inside, crossing over. Random Shy pushing Wade hard into turn 2 there. And Wade is going to take the lead coming out of turn 2 there. And Random Shy is going to make it 3 wide there, as Fan continues to push Wade down the backstretch.
You could see right there, just them battling that hard, it's really slowed them down, and it looks like the rest of the pack is now beginning to catch up with them.
Absolutely. As Wade takes the lead on lap 6 of the restarted race. And it seems like Random Shy is falling back a little bit as Fan tucks in right behind his teammate. As those guys are barreling down a Mini Panda, we're going to see how this lap traffic is going to play into the race lead here. Someone's mic is open right now.
Oh, my bad. Yeah.
Oh, you're good. You're all good.
Yeah, my mic's really sensitive. So sometimes
It's all
way
good.
sensitive more than one in my other house.
As you see Fan closing down that back bumper of King Wade right now. Really pushing him down the back stretch, or sorry, the front stretch, as we see the rest of the field. Unlike earlier in the race when Exiv and Dawson were leading, these guys seem to not be able to pull away as easy compared to the DBM cars.
Back in Black
Fan
and Woolly
peeking.
Mix are currently 2-2. 2 by 2, going from turn 1 to turn 2. That was very nice driving from both of them. Very respectful.
Absolutely. I think that's one of the biggest things that Black and Black has been trying to do this year. Really build that respect. As we see Fan getting really aggressively pushed by Random Shot coming out of turn 4 right now as they bear down on Mini Panda, that is, I believe.
Oh, we were having some heavy
Opto.
contact with Back in Black and Woolly Mixer. He almost spin the Mixer around. Luckily, Mixer was able to get out of that.
As we see, Opto Mantis has made his way back to 4th place right now, being challenged by Random Shy also.
What do you got your eyes on, King? Anything you see?
Well, I am just looking at the playoff drivers right now, and I am noticing that it appears that we have a couple in the top 10. However, Akesev seems to be struggling a bit back in 12th.
Oh, man, how
Yeah,
did he get back there?
I think he got involved in that restart wreck there earlier, alongside with Skrizzle and I think that was who was that? With Mini Panda and Skrizzle there, he got involved there, so that's why he's currently struggling a little bit. But didn't have to go a lap down, so that's the bright side of it. As the leaders have finally caught up to Mini Panda. I'm sure Mini Panda wants to get out of their way, but is he gonna go high right now? I'm sure Wade is telling him to go high right now, just let him by. But Mini Panda seems to be very content with blocking Wade down the straightaway. He's gonna drive Wade all the way down to the grass. As Wade going to go very low as Fan. I'm sure he's gonna tuck in behind Wade here, but Mini Panda creating an obstacle for Wade to get around right now. As Mini Panda goes extremely high in turn 3. Gonna try to let leaders by. Oh, as Fan gonna take it 3 wide there. Gonna try to peek to the inside of Wade, but just can't do so. Gonna get a little bit loose coming out of turn 4. A little bit of contact with Mini Panda there. As Fan gonna try to keep it off the wall, keep it off Mini Panda as they go 2 by 2 down the front straightaway. As JDMX Hawk has made his way up to 3rd place after starting further back in the field after the race restart. You see Fan goes very high, 3 wide there. Mini Panda gets put in a wall. I'm sure that's going to be a caution as JDMX Hawk going to push Fan there. And it seems like the rest of the pack is caught up to the leaders as they really struggle to put Mini Panda 1 lap down there.
Yeah, it looked like he was a big obstacle there. We're going to see what the stewards have to say about that after the post-race.
Absolutely. Very disrespectful there not to move out of the way, especially when it's a playoff race with chase implications there. Any one of the playoff drivers could have been caught up in a wreck there. So very immature of Panda not to be courteous of the leaders there. But it seems like the leaders have once again closed up. As you see, the top 3 all playoff drivers. As Hawk seemingly out of nowhere has made up his way all the way from further back in the field.
The current Exif is currently 12 seconds behind the leader. Mini Panda is 2 laps down. Rem is 1 lap down.
Yep. As you see, Fan going to dive to the inside of King Wade going to turn 3 now, being pushed by JDMX Hawk and Random Shy. Wade is going to have to yield, but as you see, JDMX Hawk is going to take 3 wide going into turn 4, but Wade wisely backs off 3 wide further back in the field. Very tight racing between the leaders right now. As we see, Fan going to be 2 wide coming out of turn 4 right now. Going down the front stretch side by side with JDMX Hawk, as JDMX Hawk has to back out of it. And Fan takes the lead once more on lap 13 of the race.
Dawson currently making some big plays. Looks like he's going to slip into 2nd place. Is he going to be able to get the door shut? He shuts the door on JDM Hawk. But JDM Hawk is not done with him. He might get a nice run heading into turn 3. We're going to see what happens.
Dawson seems to get a good run into that turn. Will he be able to get a nice enough run to pass Fan here?
He's putting the bumper to Fan right now. He knows he wants that lead. He's been extremely fast. We've seen that. And we see Dawson and Fan going to be 1-2 all the way down the front stretch right now. As we see all 4 playoff drivers right there, up there, all 4 of them.
Man, Dawson's currently all over the bumper of Fan. can just smell. You can smell him.
You can smell blood in the water. Dawson going to try to dive under Fan right now, coming out of 2. Just can't seem to get that run, but I'm sure JD McHawk will work with Dawson right now, trying to get past Fan. But as we do know, Fan really likes this track. Going to be interesting to see how hard Fan's going to block.
Dawson's putting continuous pressure on Fan. We're not going to be able to, don't know how long, if he has good enough defense. If he can handle the pressure of Dawson. Isn't Dawson this one of his best tracks?
This is probably Dawson's best and favorite track. So as you see Dawson currently on board with Fan, as Dawson is going to try to peek to the inside but just can't seem to do so. But definitely seems like Fan is blocked. Critical mistake there. Not sure if he has any damage, but as you see, Dawson going to try to peek down low down the straight, but just doesn't have the run coming out of turn 2 as they go barely into turn 3. Fan right now still has the lead. Dawson wants it. Dawson going to really dive as Fan goes a little wide there coming out of 3. Dawson right on the back bumper of Fan. Is Dawson going to put the bumper to Fan coming out of 4? No, Dawson just too far back right now. So this Fan, once again,
great run.
Yeah, really good defending from Fan.
You know, for a little bit there, it looked like Fan was in quite a predicament, but he seems to be holding off Dawson pretty well now. Doesn't seem too big of a fear.
We're just gonna have to see how the tires hold up.
Yeah, I think as everyone knows that these tires are only about 16 laps old because everyone after the restart got fresh set of tires on. So it definitely feels like these guys. Oh, sideways there. As I believe that is Azawar going to get put in the wall there. That's going to definitely bring out the caution. And
you
caution
hate to
has
see
been
it.
called as, a couple of playoff drivers there. I think that was JD McHawk who got sideways there coming out of turn 3, going to get put in a wall. As we are going to see a couple guys pit this time by. Can we get a read on who's going to pit?
Yes.
I believe it is one car currently in the pits. Not sure who that is.
Hawk.
Hawk is in the pits. So
that would be Exiv.
that's going to be Exiv in the pits. So it seems like
Exiv's not in the pits. He's not in the pits.
It's not?
No, it's JD McHawk.
Yeah, it's going to be Hawk. No issues there, bud. Yeah, so don't worry about it.
You have been
so
fired
Hawk,
for your wrong assumption.
yeah, no. So Hawk is going to pit once more after being put in the wall there. Caution's going to be called out on lap 16. It's going to be our, I believe, 5th caution of the day. Yes, 5th caution after the red flag there. And Fan is going to continue leading the field here. As you see, quite a few cars have decided not to pit. Hawk has pitted. Gonna fall to the back of the field, but as you see, we have a couple cars trying to catch up to the field. I believe that will be Skrizzle and Mini Panda. Skrizzle was 1 lap down, Mini Panda was 2 laps down, so Mini Panda will respectively get 1 lap down. Well, it will be 1 lap down, and Skrizzle will be back on the lead lap. If you're just joining the broadcast, currently under caution on lap 17 of 91 after the race restart. We currently on lap 57 of the full race. We had a lag spike, which lagged out majority of the field. As everyone has caught back up, we'll be going back to green here at Indianapolis for the first race of the chase.
It's going to be very interesting to see how Dawson restarts here, because we know he's been putting a lot of pressure on Fan. So will he continue that pressure, or will he hold back a little bit?
Absolutely, as we see, I think one of the biggest surprises is Azawar is kind of really tonight, and Fan leading the race so far has led 15 laps, 11 laps in this session, 4 laps in the previous session. Definitely seems like Fan is showing himself as one to be reckoned with here at Indy. These guys get ready to go back to green here at Indy.
Something very interesting. The very top three of this race so
All playoff
far
drivers, yeah.
are, yes.
Yeah, for sure. I think right now, I'm sure those guys want to hold station there, but I'm sure those guys are happy to see themselves well ahead of the rest of the field as Azawar, 7th place right now. And green flags back out in the air here at Indy. See 3-4 wide already back in the field. Going to be for very interesting racing, as I'm sure Hawk is going to try to make his way up already. Has made already one place up, as we see Dawson and Wade all stay in single file, but we see Random Shot is going to take it too wide. You're going to try to take it too wide at least, coming out of turn 3, going into turn 4, but just can't see him to do so.
Well, 3 wide coming out of turn number 4. It's all a mess. Luckily, we've been able to keep it together.
Yeah, it definitely seems like the top 4 have separated themselves from the rest of the field, as a lot of aggressive pushing further back in the pack. I'd be surprised to see an early wreck here.
Something I would like to point out, Optical Mantis, again, even after the restart, still has the fastest lap.
Absolutely, Optimal Mantis has shown that he has, the speed, as we see Dawson going to jump to the inside of Fan here, going to try to take the lead, but Wade is going to stay behind his teammate right now, pushing him on the second groove there, trying to make sure his Fan stays out in the lead, but very tight battle between these guys going to turn 3, or going to turn 4 right now, coming out of turn 4. Still too wide here. Dawson and Fan make just a little bit of door-to-door contact there, nothing major, as Wade's going to stay tucked in behind his teammate. But Dawson putting on a great fight on that inside line right now by himself, not yielding at all. His Fan's going to have to run that higher line.
Dawson will be able to get the move done.
Yeah, going to get the move done on lap 20. Dawson regains the lead after giving the lead to Fan on lap 36.
A little further back in the pack, we just saw SVR Mercy leading the, I guess, second pack in 5th place for a little bit. He made a little contact in the wall, it looks like he got, and then he got loose again going into turn 2, I think it was, and he may have some issues with his car right now because he cannot seem to recover.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on him to make sure that he does not have any critical damage of some sorts, as Austin is his first lap in this session so far. This is his 32nd lap led overall in the race. But if you are joining us tonight, we have had some technical difficulties. We had a major Forza server issue, so we had to restart the session after 40 laps complete. So currently we are completed with 60 laps with another 51 to go. I see Dawson currently our leader, but Fan putting a lot of pressure on him, trying to get the lead back. Dawson has led so far only a single lap of this session, but has led 32 laps over the full race. This Fan gonna dive into pit road there. Very last minute lunge from Fan. Gonna get a couple drivers pitting. So we see Fan's gonna lap. Sorry about that. Yeah, as Fan the only driver to dive to pit road. Obviously a strategy call there from Fan. Currently going to on board with Dawson, our leader.
Yeah, you can tell from the range of the hit, the time that you need to go in being 33 to 37, that was a very long-term, thinking of the end sort of hit right there. He has the finish in mind, and he's going to really try to time it close.
Absolutely, man. As you said, a lot of drivers, when they are about to pit, that's the only thing on their mind when they're planning to pit, is all based on the strategy. They've done obviously number crunching. Their crew chiefs obviously did some number crunching during that quick break, so I'm sure that's all that's on their minds right now, and trying to make sure that they get to the perfect number of laps needed to finish the race. I see Dawson able to hold off King Wade.
SVR Mercy may have just exited pit lane. Earlier, I did mention he did seem to have some troubles with his car.
Absolutely. I see Black and Black very slow on the track right now, exiting 4 currently. Not sure if he had some type of contact with someone spun him. I see Black and Black right now trying to enter the pits right now, all the way down. Back in Black's going to pit on lap 22. And currently on board with Dawson right now, has quite a lead over King Wade. Those guys have about a 1.8 second lead to the rest of the pack right now. As we see Back in Black going to make his third pit stop. I think that's going to be due to damage there, as we saw him trundle along.
Dawson and King Wade currently have pulled away from the rest of the pack by a pretty good margin. They've got nearly a 2-second lead on third place driver Exiv.
Absolutely. I think definitely with Exiv finally being able to catch up to the rest of the field, he's going to try to drag along Random Shy with him, try to catch those guys. But very surprised to see that Dawson and King Wade are working very nicely together. As we know, those guys are our leaders. They're currently tied with 1,002 points apiece in the championships. I'm sure one of these guys would love to win, punch their ticket all the way down to Homestead, Miami, not have to worry about Daytona. As we know, Daytona is next week, one of the biggest wild card races we'll see in the chase. A lot of unpredictability there, so I'm sure some of these guys want to punch their ticket as early as possible. Not worry about that. Get ready, just get mentally ready for the race at Homestead.
Ooh, Random Shy making big contact with the wall coming out of turn 3. Going a little bit too high. Lost some ground on exit there.
And speaking of exit, sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. You go ahead.
Oh, all right. Speaking of Exiv, you could earlier we saw him getting that very early restart crash, and he seems to have recovered very, very well now in third. And who knows what may happen if there is another restart for Exiv.
Absolutely. I know Exiv is one of our strongest drivers we have, so I'm not at all surprised to see him, leading all the laps he's led so far. So I'm sure that he will want to continue his hot streak of top 5 finishes. But I think, as you said, with Random Shy, he did make some contact with the wall. I just don't believe that Exiv will have the ability to catch these guys if he does not have a drafting partner to work with, as the draft is very important here with this package that we have. So I think he really needs to work with whoever's behind him to make sure that he can catch up to the people in front of him.
Dawson and Wade doing what Dawson and Exiv were doing for the crash that happened. Wonder if maybe back there a little bit, Exiv's a little jealous that Dawson replaced him with Wade.
Oh,
and it
currently
seems
has some
like
surprise pits.
Yep, seems like quite a bit of the field has pitted. Let's get a couple call-outs, please, on who pitted. Okay, lap 27 or lap 26 pits. Going to be Wade, Exiv, I believe Dawson also pit. Yep, Dawson also pit. Let's keep on getting call-outs, please, on who else pit.
Wooly pit, Barnsey pit, Optical Mantis.
Optimal, and then Wooly, Barnsey, who else?
Exiv,
Random Shy, yep.
Optimal Mantis also pit.
Yep, got those guys. Who else? Let's see. Wade, Exiv,
JDM
Random Shy. JDMX Hawk. Hawk also pit.
As You Are, Barnesy.
As You Are also. Okay, lovely. And this does mean that our leader is gonna be Culture, but Culture pits on lap 27.
And REM Scridle is also pit.
Oh, Skrizzle. Yep. Okay. King, don't worry about updating. I got the list up. I got the list here, so don't worry about it.
All right.
Yeah, JM Culture just came out of the pits just now. He's on his
Yeah, I
out
think
lap.
he was yeah, he decided to stay out an extra lap or so. Don't know if that really helped him out realistically. So
Very nice pit with Dawson, though, managing to hold on to the lead once all the pits were said and done.
absolutely, yeah. I think Dawson right now, he just needs to increase, the laps he's led. Get his,
Dawson
get his
currently
mojo
has
back.
second lead, 8/10 on second place. King Wade.
Seems to be quite a gap between Dawson and Wade. I'm sure the draft will eventually slow these guys down, and a bit more of a pack will form very, very soon.
Absolutely. As you said, these guys, the draft is very important, so I'm sure these guys, will know the importance of that and will, have to react to the runs that are coming at them at full speed. So I'm very excited to see how it plays out. As you see, Dawson continues to lead here at Indianapolis. Doing quite well for himself right now. I don't think this was much of a surprise for any of us realistically. He's had very good speed overall. So I'm sure that he's happy with what he has right now speed-wise. So
What is the gap from first to last place?
there's quite a bit of gap. There's a couple
It's
guys a lap
over a
down
lap.
or so.
It
Yeah,
appears
so
that
I'm-
Back in Black is a lap down right now.
Yeah, I believe the last car on the lead lap right now is Mini Panda. He's a quarter of a straightaway down the road from these guys, and I'm sure that these guys want him to be out of the way as soon as possible. Because last time he was in the way, we did have some issues. So I'm sure right now these guys want him to get out of the way so that they can avoid any and all issues possible.
King Wade's got a big run on Dawson. He's been able to get right back up onto his bumper with the help of Random Shy.
Random Shy, yep.
Oh, I thought I saw an L in his name.
No, you're all good, bud.
Dawson was able to hold him off. Didn't look like King Wade made a move on Dawson heading into turn one. It just gave him a little bump draft.
Absolutely, yeah. I believe we've noted down all the cars that did pit on lap 26. So that is good to note. But yeah, we're seeing a lot of different strategies as we continue throughout the race. I'm sure, Dawson right now wants to keep his car out front, but it's going to be tough, with Wade. Wade hasn't won in a couple weeks, has kind of been in a slump almost, sort of say. So I'm sure he would love to get a win tonight. Punch his way all the way to Miami, We know that Daytona has been unforgiving for Wade the past couple times he's been there, so I'm sure if he could just punch his way all the way through, he would not be complaining at all.
It's going to be very interesting to see where later on in this race he will be, because if he is in a similar position to where he is now, he may make a move that may be out of pure desperation.
Absolutely, yeah. We know Wade is very calm-headed, but when it does come to making moves, he's never one to back down, so I'm sure that he would do it if needed. But are you guys a little surprised that we are yet to see a caution? I mean, we haven't seen a caution in quite a while now, because the last caution was on
wow!
lap
Just as he
16.
started saying that, we have a caution now.
And
Oh,
caution
wow.
has been
Right on
called
time.
out. I know, right, guys? Oh, good lord, I jinxed it. My bad, guys. I'm sorry, I jinxed it. Yeah, but as we say, the caution has been called. It's the 6th caution of the race on lap 35. So far, Dawson has led majority of laps at 45 laps of the whole race, 14 this session. Fan, distance 17 laps led, 13 this session. Wade at 6 laps, Hawk at 4 laps, JD Max Culture at a single lap. And I believe we do have a car in the pits, and can we get a check on which car that is, please?
That car is
Back in black.
Back in black. That's going to be on lap 34. I believe it is 1 lap down, no? I believe so, yeah. 34. Back in black. Going to pit once more. Lap 34 is going to be his 4th pit stop of the night. But yeah, looking at the scoring pylon right now, there's quite a few different strategies we've seen, you know. Mini Panda pitting on lap 3 of the session. Has yet to pit once more. So I'm sure we're going to see a lot more people pit sooner or later.
It appears
But it
that there are
seems like-
2 in pit lane right now, SVR Mercy and Fan.
So on lap 36, SVR Mercy and Fan both pit once more. I think at that point they realized they were so far back it never hurts to pit once more, am I right?
I mean, it makes sense. I'll take a little extra fuel.
Absolutely. If you're that far back, it's a free pit stop almost, so never hurts. And that is the 3rd pit stop for Fan. That is that's the 4th pit stop for Fan, the 3rd pit stop for SVR Mercy. Yeah, but we still have quite a few laps, gents. At this point, do you want to take a pick on who do you think might win this, or is it just too open right now to decide?
I feel like
I
we
think
got
we're
a lot of
currently
time.
midway. Still have some time. Things
we-
could. Another caution could happen. Never know.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're closing still on that. We're still closing in on Midway. About 10 laps out from Midway. 9 to go at the line. So I'm sure that as we get closer, a lot of people will start to get antsy. So it'll be very interesting to see.
And you could see a lot of people there looking like they're trying to fake pit lane.
That's actually illegal. Matter of fact, it's actually illegal to fake pit in PPRL. That could be a penalty. But
Oh,
in Indy,
it's illegal.
In India, yeah, in Indianapolis, a fake pit is considered when you go under the white line coming out of turn 4. So you are allowed to go under the white line, just not coming out of turn 4. So right now it would be illegal to duck under, but it seems like most of the drivers have stood out of the way. I think right now they're just trying to hit the cones out of the way, which would be smart, so they don't hit them during green flag times.
Well, I'm sure the stewards are going to have a close eye on whoever is going to coming out of turn 4.
Absolutely. As everyone is getting ready to go back to green here in Indianapolis. And green's back out in the air here at Indy.
Holy Mixer getting
As we see.
a really nice start.
Absolutely, but Dawson even getting an even better start. Well clear of King Wade, about 4 car lengths to separate the first 2. Wade a little bit under attack from Random Shot right now, but Wade's able to keep him behind him coming out of turn 2. As you see 3-4 wide back further in the pack. Does seem like Azuar, very aggressive move down there, taking it 2 wide, being followed by Scrizzle there. His teammate going to try to make it 2 wide. Trying to get the pass on before turns 3, just can't seem to do so. 3 wide situation back further in the pack. With Optimal Mantis getting very sideways coming off of turn 3 there. Seems like the first 2 are able to keep it nice and tidy. Coming out of turn 4 are going to stay single file. No position changes in the first couple. Seems like Dawson and Wade are working very well together right now. As we see, Exiv is trying to close on that back bumper of Random Shy. But Random Shy is not giving up an inch at all to him. As you see, I believe a car is stopped on the track. Not sure who that is.
It is Mini Panda. Or what could be going
Mini
on
Panda.
there?
Yeah, he might have spun or have some damage of some sorts. If,
Oh
when you
no, it
check, I'd
is
appreciate that.
SVR Mercy.
Oh, it's gonna be Mercy.
Mistake.
Man, Mercy just pitted, so yeah, he's having a, his first ever PPRL Cup Series race. I'm sure it's not the way he wanted to start it off, but
Oh,
you gotta
Mercy
learn.
definitely had some contact. He has 100% drive line and transmission damage.
Okay.
Probably hit the wall.
Yeah. Yeah,
He's
probably
gonna
hit a
definitely be coming
wall.
into the pits.
Yep, gonna be on lap 38. He'll be pitting.
Don't know if they're gonna throw up the
Lap.
caution for that or not.
Usually they don't call a caution until 4 laps after the green flag has been waved. So that's a caution limiter, so that it's not as many cautions as As we see, Dawson continues to lead the rest of the pack, but it seems like other than SVR Mercy, everyone has stayed nice and clean. As we get 6 laps to go till the halfway mark here.
It's interesting to see when you can look at Dawson's car, it's a very clean looking, but then you look at the bumper, just goes to show how much people have been trying to push him around and help and hurt him.
Absolutely, yeah. A lot of aggressive pushing in general here, just because of the way the draft works. You see Optimal Mantis going to go take it too wide coming out of turn 3 on the outside of King Wade. Just can't seem to get there with that outside line, but he's going to try once more. Just can't seem to do so coming out of turn 4. Definitely feels like, King Wade is blocking for all he's got right now, but Optimal really on that back bumper of his, trying to take him to the outside once more. As Wade going to get really tight to the bumper of Dawson. Is Wade going to try to take the lead? Being pushed by Optimal. Optimal going to try to dive to the inside, but just can't seem to do so. As Wade and Dawson side by side for the lead right now, being pushed as Aswar coming in the outside line. As Wade once more going to try to inside. As Wade's being pushed by Optimal, who's being pushed by Active. Active is going to take it 3 wide. 2 wide there as Optimal decides to take the high line. Wade going to push Dawson very high coming out of turn 3 wide further back in this field. Very aggressive
What a
move
run
by the
off
leaders
the
right
turn.
now. Absolutely. Wade going to try to get that run, but seems like Dawson's going to be able to hold him off. Crazy racing out here as Wade, yeah, is going to have to concede that position back to Dawson. Yeah, it seems that the leaders have decided to calm down once more. Deciding the risk is not worth it just yet, as we still have about 44 laps to go at the line.
So they will not be able to make it on a current tank of fuel?
I believe they will not. Yeah, our research shows that they should be able to go about 33 to 37 laps on a tank of fuel in that range somewhere. So it does seem like they will have to pit once more. So I'm sure that the strategy might just blow this race wide open. We never know when they're going to pit, whether they'll be caught up in lap traffic, etc. So it's going to be very interesting to see how the strategy does play out into this race.
Way earlier, I said something about how Fan pitted on lap 21. It's outside that range, but who knows, maybe now. Could a stop like that really be paying off for him?
Yeah, I mean, as you did say, he did pit on lap 21 and lap 36, actually. So Fan looking like he might be able to squeeze out some fuel mileage, but I just think it's still extremely tough. 36 with, if he pit on lap 36, he has to go a little 50 something laps. So I think it's impossible right now. No one is in even Mercy, who pit on lap 30, it seems like everyone does have to pit at least one more time. The question is when, and really if the caution comes out again, that'll be a saving grace for a lot of people, but until then, we just don't know who's going to pit. When? As we are seeing Optimal Mantis right now splitting a lot of the playoff drivers, as we see pretty much all the playoff drivers have made it to the front of the field other than Hawk, who is still in 9th place. But other than that, we see Dawson and Wade currently 1st and 2nd, split by Optimal Mantis, followed by Azuar, Fan, and Exiv, all bunched up right now. So
As you are, and Optimal making a bit of contact, almost losing the car there. Optimal.
yeah, as you see,
Hopefully they're
Fan's
able
gonna
to
make a
keep
pass
going.
there. Yeah, as Azuar's gonna lose a couple positions to Fan and Exiv, who are gonna get past him entering turn 1. But definitely feels like Dawson, similar to Daytona, has led majority of this race. Can he just close it out? You know, has been very dominant the past couple weeks, has led a lot of laps, just hasn't had those results. As we said, had issues at Daytona, had engine issues once more at had engine issues at Sonoma. So I'm sure Dawson's keeping his fingers crossed right now, just trying to get a win and nice and clean. So we'll see how it plays out for him. And we have just crossed the halfway point of this section of this segment of the race. As everyone knows, we did have a lag issue, so we had to restart the session after 40 complete laps. So we are officially halfway through the second segment here. Seems like a decent amount of the field is grouped up right now. But as we've seen the whole night, Dawson has led about 56 laps tonight so far overall combined between these two sections. So has led a decent amount of laps. I'm sure he's hoping to finish it off right now. Sort of on a slump right now. Has had good performances, just can't seem to capitalize. As we see, the top 3 have kind of sort of split off from the rest of the pack.
Yeah, you know, as they split off, it seems to be the story for Azuar and Exiv so far has just been the leaders of the second pack. Not quite with the guys that broke out, but still doing very, very well.
Absolutely, yeah.
Optimal Mantis made it in 2nd place.
Yeah, very good pass there by Optimal Mantis. Gonna be able to get past Wade right now. I'm sure this is what Optimal Mantis wanted to see. Started 2nd place on the initial start of the race. Sort of kind of fell back a little bit, but seems to have found his rhythm back and has quite easily found his way back to 2nd place. But has found his way back to 2nd place right now.
Optimal Mantis has made 10 positions up since the restart after the red flag, making pretty good progress.
Absolutely, yeah. It definitely seems like he has found his rhythm here at Indy. Showing some speed in practice and qualifying. Has the fastest lap of the race, but has been mired in traffic, but has finally found some clean air right now. 2nd place behind our leader, Dawson. I think a black horse for tonight's race maybe ruined one of the playoff drivers' opportunity to punch his way to their ticket to Homestead is Optimal Mantis right now, looking very strong in that black number 45 Ford Fusion.
And I feel like this is something that should be mentioned. I do not believe that his fastest lap for this part of the race has changed at all. So I don't necessarily think that with time he is keeping up at least that high of speed.
Yeah. And caution has been called out once more at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Seems like a couple cars in the further back end of the field have crashed. Can we get a number on those cars, please?
Looks like Woolley, Barnesy fell back a bit.
Yeah, I think a couple guys currently coming into the pits right now.
Barnesy.
I don't think they're pitting right now. Seems like one car is trudging along right now. I don't know who that is.
Barnesy is heading into pits right now.
Looks like Jaden Barnes is gonna have to pit. Let's see, lap 49. Yeah, I think it's been a tough season for Barnes. He hasn't been racing as much just because he's been doing a lot more racing in real life. Has come back for a couple specific races, but just hasn't shown the Barnesy flair that we used to see from him. So I think, it's been a season to forget for him. I'm sure he'll be looking forward to coming back stronger next year. I think a little bit more fire. So I'm sure he's excited to get this season over with. As we see, I believe that's going to be Mercy getting his lap back right now. I'm a little surprised, though, that no one's taken an opportunity to pit here. As we know, they do have to pit at least one more time before the end of the race. So I'm a little surprised that they didn't take this almost a free pit stop, because there's no risk of losing a lot of positions if they pit now. But I'm sure that they have their numbers crunched out, so I'm sure they're just waiting right now on the right time to pit. And I'm sure we'll know that sooner or later.
Yeah, you really something important to keep in mind is that 33 to 37 range. There's over 40 laps still to go. So if they were to pit now, they would have to pit again. So it is a free stop. However,
Yeah, as you said, they'll be very tight. Yeah, I think they're right now just trying to milk out a couple more laps, then probably pit within the next 5 to 10 laps. Yeah, I think you're a very good point there. Yeah, but the question is, how many more laps of caution will we have? So I think that's a question that needs to be answered, because a lot of the times you can save a decent amount of fuel under caution. So, and green flags back out in the air here in Daytona. Dawson gets a very good restart, three wide further back in the pack. But it seems like Optimal Mantis not as good a restart, but Dawson really going to get a great jump out from the field.
Oh, looks like we're 4 wide.
4 wide coming out of turn 2. I don't know how they've not wrecked yet. This is just a recipe for disaster. They're asking for it right now. All the way down the grass, but it seems like they've calmed down a little bit, going 2 wide right now. But Optimal Mantis is still quite a distance back from Dawson, as King Wade trying to catch these guys, but just can't seem to do so. And 3 wide further back in the pack. Dawson's going to be able to hold the lead after the restart. Great restart by Dawson there.
It feels looking pretty tight right now. Everyone's looks like they've gone away nice and clean. It's like we're 2 wide, 3 wide, coming out of turn number 2.
Absolutely, but it seems like Optimal Mantis getting a little antsy. Going to take a quick peek to the inside of Dawson. Tucks right back in, but definitely seems like Optimal Mantis wants to get that lead, as we see him go to a little bit to the outside of Dawson. Dawson's going to put a block there, as Wade also goes a little wide there, trying to see if they can make a little bit of position as they come out of turn 4 right now. Still single file.
Ooh, almost losing, and there's contact.
Oh, there's
wow.
There's a massive wreck further back in the field.
Massive wreck. Back in black, almost losing it, almost becoming a victim that luckily with his expertise, car control, he was able to save it.
Seems like, most people have continued to go on. It doesn't seem like anyone's stuck on the track, but definitely a little slower. But as we see further up in the field, Dawson still front right now. But Optimal Mantis is trying to really put on a challenge right now. Well behind a lot of the other drivers right now. I'm sure he would like to see himself make some position up. Also, Hawk, 7th place, Exif, 6th place. Just seems like some of these guys have just been mired and just can't seem to find their way up. It's going to really hurt their ability to be competitive in the playoffs. I think a car has pitted at this point on lap 53.
I believe that would be Wooly.
That's going to be Wooly Mixer. Yeah, Wooly, you know, he's had some decent success here at Indianapolis. Just can't seem to find himself in the right place at the right time a lot of times. But once again, going to find himself getting close to a lap down. But the question is, as we go... Oh, no, go ahead.
Something that that we've all been kind of mentioning every here and there is how there's a couple of big names here that could actually really throw a wrench in the playoffs right now. If you look at optical starts of the pack.
Absolutely.
Excellent
like you said,
observation.
yeah. Yeah, it definitely seems like Optimal Mantis could throw a wrench in this playoff picture. It seems like, you know, a lot of people counted him out earlier in the season as a slower driver, but he's definitely proven himself as to be a very consistent, steady driver here tonight, so I'm sure he's looking to get his first ever win here in the Cup Series.
What a way to win, throwing a wrench right in the playoffs while doing so.
Absolutely, man, yeah. But it definitely seems like Dawson has had this race in control from the very beginning, it seems like. Has led about 76 laps tonight. So of the 96 run, he's led about 76 of those. So he's led quite a chunk of them. As you see, these guys have really started to pull away as Azuar has taken a 3rd place away from Random Shy, and it seems like King Wade is just trying to fall back a little bit in the order. Oh, it seems has DNF'd. He's had some engine issues. Has fallen out of the race. That's gonna have major playoff implications, as he will automatically be disqualified from the chase. That's gonna be really heartbreaking. You know, it's gonna be a heartbreak for King Wade. Has been the playoff leader since day 1 of this season. Has been in 1st place the whole season, but it seems like after this race, just will not be able to continue the chase. And it seems like we have a couple cars on the back stretch that have been collected, so I'm not sure who that is.
Yeah, we're under caution now.
We're under caution once more. And it seems like a couple cars have pit on lap 56. Can we get a call out, please, on those cars?
We have
Azuar.
Random
okay.
Shy.
Random Shy,
Back
okay.
in Black.
Okay, Back in Black. Fan, Skrizzle.
Back in Black.
Yep, so we have 5 cars that have pitted during this latest caution.
SVR
I
Mercy.
think we have and Mercy, okay. I'm sure we have a couple more
Also
cars.
Barnsey.
Okay. Is that all the cars?
For now, yes. We're gonna have to see
Okay.
if Wooly goes in. It doesn't look like he will, though.
Yeah, so it definitely feels like, you know, this might be the last pit stop. I think the leaders might be kicking themselves because they just missed the caution. They just missed the pit road when the caution was called. So that's going to be really unfortunate for those guys because they're going to have to pit. And pretty much whoever did pit before will be pretty much getting free positions at this point. So it's going to be interesting to see. I'm sure this is going to put a wrench into some people's nights.
I think that might have
but-
been the race right there.
I think it might be the race, yeah, because the question is, do they have enough time to make it all the way through the field once more? That's the question. But I think really the biggest story right now is King Wade. Just heartbreak for him. You know, has been the championship leader the whole season from day 1. and to see him go out in such a disappointing way, I'm sure he'll want to win at least another race before the end of the season. So, but it's one of those things that you really cannot control.
Ooh, we do have some
So-
more cars going into pit road.
Oh,
Wooly
just
goes
So we
in.
have the top 5 heading into the pits.
So it's season Dawson is
Fan
pit
Bar-
along with Hawk.
Fan, Axiv, Mini Panda.
Fan pits once.
Hawk,
Could have been some
Mini
issues
Panda.
there.
JDM Culture,
Oh, CR7 pits. Yep.
Mantis.
Optimal.
Mini Panda.
Mini
Leaf
Panda.
back
Yep,
in
got
black.
him. Oh, back in black pits once more. Interesting. Okay, very interesting.
And I also think, no,
Fan, Woolly, Mixer. Wait.
Oh, optimal sideways there.
Yep,
Yeah,
Woolly
definitely.
Mixer, but again.
Very interesting. Very interesting.
look at this random shy going to be
The race leader.
first.
Well, Dawson
gonna
is
be-
now in 7th place. Might be able to
Yeah,
make a
this is
comeback.
gonna
He's not
Be
he's not
very
back too far.
interesting. Yeah.
He's been showing some amazing speed here lately. This is one of his best tracks. You know, he's
Yes,
showing
it is,
some raw
absolutely.
speed. Think
If
he's
you
gonna
look
be
at
able to
Shy,
come back.
Look at Shy. The last time he hit lap 56, so he will not be able to make it to the end, but he may still get some laps led here.
Yeah, I think that's what Random Shy is looking for right now, just to make sure that, he can get a couple laps led, make a... We'll see. You never know. With some cautions, he might just be helped out. But the question is there really enough laps for him to save that much fuel, I think, really is the question.
It's going to be very, very.
And green flags back out in the air here in Indy. We go back to green here with Random Shy, our current race leader. Majority of our playoff drivers are further back in the field because they had to pit for fuel. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this plays out strategy-wise.
He said most of them are back, but you can see Azur in second place right behind Shy. And he just
Absolutely,
pitted,
yeah.
so he may actually have a solid chance at winning this.
Yeah, I think Random Shy might have made a mistake by not pitting at all. It's going to be interesting to see how this plays out now.
Could be very interesting. Shy may be right on time with pit schedule.
Could be, yeah. We never know. With a lot of these guys, they don't tell us all their little tips and tricks. They just don't want other people to know. So I'm sure that it'll be interesting to see how it plays out.
Looks like Dawson's been able to get a little bit ground on Exiv and JDM.
Absolutely.
Currently
We know
st-
Dawson.
Oh, we got big
very-
contact. We got a wreck. We got a wreck
Oh.
coming into turn 1.
Major wreck further back in the field. Not sure who's involved right now. That might
Looks
that
like
might be
Woolly
a
Mixer
playoff
and Mini Panda are involved.
Yep.
13th
Yeah.
and
Those
14th.
It does
those
not
two
look like
seem
they're
to
moving.
always somehow get together. So
Both got
Ooh, boy,
major
they are-
damage.
They are trembling across the track. They can barely move their car.
yeah, I'm sure
Woolly
those
Mixer
guys.
nearly has all 100% damage.
Yeah, as we know, those guys find themselves in wrecks a lot of the time. So I'm sure some not so nice words being exchanged between those two right now.
Yeah, you know, it's a
Important
real
thing is
shame
they've
for
been able to
these.
get off the track.
Yeah, I mean that's gonna be important to make sure that they don't impede on the leaders because, as we know, this lap traffic really plays into the way these races can end up, as we've seen earlier in season.
And you know, it's a real shame for these guys, especially with their track position. They can barely move across the track, and they have almost half of it to go yet.
Yeah,
just to
they're
get in
gonna
the
go.
pits.
They're gonna go at least 2 or 3 laps down, and it's unfortunate to see that. But it's one of those things you really can't do much about it. As we see some technical difficulties, Azuar is gonna try to go to the outside of Random Shot here for the lead, As we're on the outside of Random Shot is going to try to side draft coming down the front straightaway, turning 2 wide. Very tight racing between these two. As Azwar going to try to get the momentum coming off of turn 1, but Random Shot is really going to punch it in there going into turn 2, but I think Azwar is going to have the momentum off of turn 2 right here. Still side by side.
7th to 3rd in 2 corners.
Yep.
That was amazing.
Definitely a little bit of contact between Random Shot and Azwar right now.
I feel like whoever can
some amazing driving capacity.
Absolutely.
And it looks like Azwar may have, yeah, he finally clears Shy. I feel like.
Oh, but Random Shot is going to come back to our side draft. Yes, coming. As you see, Wooly Mixer and Mini Panda both pit once more on lap 62, I believe, for them, as they are a couple laps down. Wooly and
see Dawson in 3rd, finally starting to creep up again, right back to where he was for most of this race.
Absolutely. As you see, Random Shot and.
Looks like Dawson's got a big run. He's going to take.
Oh, coming down. Oh, they make contact coming down 3 wide.
And he just
wide. What a move by Dawson,
first
getting pushed
place
right now. Absolute getting pushed by.
Back in Black.
Back in Black. Yeah, thank you. As Dawson's gonna take the lead. What a move by Dawson.
Wow.
That is a.
Oh
that
no!
might just
and he goes around.
Zura
Oh no!
spins him out.
Dawson's gonna take the lead, but barely he gets. As Back in Black takes the lead officially.
Luckily, Dawson does not make too big a contact into any other cars, so he doesn't have too bad damage.
I think definitely more than that, he's got to be pissed with himself right now. He put himself in that position, and I'm sure he's not happy with that. But what a move. Almost made it stick, but just barely could not.
You know, listening to his car, it sounds like he may be having some transmission issues. He seems to rev out a little bit before he can actually shift up.
Yeah, it could very much be that. You know, we've seen that, you know.
And look at this Back in Black in first.
Oh, Back in Black sideways is Drayton Barnes.
Barnes is making a heavy contact with Back in Black, not really showing much restraint coming to his
Random Shot once again
panel.
retakes the lead. 3 wide back there for 3rd place.
Axiv now there.
Random Shot back out in front on lap 66.
And do I feel silly for saying I felt like Azura had a chance to win if he could clear Shy.
Oh, as Random Shot goes spinning sideways, gets hit in the wall. Major wreck. Axe is going to get put sideways also. This is going to make some major implications as Random Shot going to try to keep going, but I'm sure he has some sort of damage at this point. As we see, the leader is going to be Barnesy. Barnesy absolutely out of nowhere.
Big run on the inside.
See, Barnes is going to finally lead his first lap of the night, but Azawar are going to try to get that lead done real fast. As we see, Azawar is getting pushed by him. Oh, going to put Barnes in the walls. Hawk, 3 wide. 3 wide Hawk is going to go with. Optimal Mantis going to push him out of the way, but Barnesy going to survive for a little bit more. As you see, 3 wide once more. A lot of contact right now. Aggression is really starting to pick up with only about 25 laps to go at this point. Is Barnesy gonna be able to breathe for a second to hold?
You know, Barnesy started in 6th, and we mentioned earlier on together before we started streaming live that, you know, he seemed like he actually may have had a decent shot at doing some real damage to the playoffs here. Here he is in first.
We've seen that Barnesy, you know, one of those sleepers, hasn't had the season like we've talked about, but, you know, he's shown that he has speed. He's proven that before. Great driver. I think, you know, this might be his chance to win this season. As we said earlier, it's been a season to forget for him. This might be able to just turn that around. As you see, they've calmed down just a little bit at the front, but right now Azuar wants to go back-to-back wins right now, going into the playoffs, punch a ticket straight into the final championship 4. I think. Oh,
Ooh,
Azuar
it's
gonna be
a little
sideways,
loose.
gonna lose it coming off of turn
And
2
he
there.
can't contain it. He spins.
Yep, I think that about Azuar with the aggressive moves just sometimes makes the childish move there. That might have just cost him the race with only about 22 laps to go at the line. Does he have enough time to catch up? As we see,
And
Optimal Mantis once more going to be closing in on second place.
very similar to Barnesy, Optimal Mantis.
Hmm?
He's kind of been there. Started out well. So
What?
maybe these two could really cause some damage here.
Absolutely. But we see JDMX Hawk finally starting to show why he deserves to be in the playoffs. But when we look at the top 5 or 6, there's only one playoff driver, and that's Hawk currently in 3rd place. But we have to look all the way back to 8th place to find the second playoff driver, which is Exiv right now. So very
Wow.
interesting to see how this is going to play out. Very surprised to see that, Dawson, Fan, they're all struggling further back in the field. King Wade has had motor issues, has had to retire this
Oh,
race.
yeah,
So-
some major contact up
Oh,
front.
Barnesy going to go extremely wide. That's going to open the door up
Mantis taken first.
for Optimal Mantis as Optimal Mantis takes the lead.
It looks like Barnesy getting a little taste of his own medicine.
Absolutely.
Let's see if he has any damage.
As Optimal Mantis takes the lead on lap 70, leads his first ever lap this race.
Yeah, Barnesy looks like he doesn't have any damage. He's still ready
Yeah, I
to go.
think I think it was just very loose there coming out of the corner. But yeah, for sure, I think Barnesy's got to be kicking himself there. Just a bad place to be at just the wrong place to be at the wrong time there. So very unfortunate for Barnesy, but as we see, Optimal Mantis is now taking the lead. But as we were saying earlier, we haven't seen a lot of playoff drivers being able to make up the positions that they lost earlier. They've been really struggling back there in the pack right now. So I'm very interested to see.
Barnesy getting to the inside of REM, not really holding any restraint back. If they're there, he's going to go through them.
Yeah.
If I was Optimal Mantis right now, I'd be a little nervous because for the last couple of leaders, what's happened to them is they get moved out of the way. They fall way far back.
Absolutely, yeah. I would definitely be a little worried for Optimal Mantis. We've seen that a lot of people have been aggressive, but as you see, JDMX Culture CR7 is going to take second place away from Hawk. But yeah, for sure, I think maybe not being in first place is an advantage. But as we've noticed, the pack has really started to space out at this point. So it's going to be interesting to see how everyone manages their race. But it does seem like most people do not need to pit.
Well, this race has gone by pretty fast. Already on lap 72 of 91 out of this last restart.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, as we see in the comment section below, hashtag joke, as Adam RPG, the previous owner, is saying that the guy who led the championship
look
all
at
season gets
this.
pushed out of the first round, yeah.
Exiv now somehow finding his way to 5th. It's now
Yeah,
the
X is one of those
second highest
drivers who
playoffs
can really,
drivers.
yeah, he's really one of those drivers who can make time up, can make a bad situation good. So, yeah, definitely. Oh, Mini Panda sideways on the track,
Wow.
right in front of the leaders, very close there for Optimal Mantis.
Well,
Sure,
we're
that's
going to
the
see
last
what the
thing he wanted to
stewards had
see.
to say about that.
Absolutely. As we see, Optimal Mantis saw Mini Panda sideways. I'm sure he got all puckered up there to make sure he didn't make any contact, but not sure if that's going to be a caution or not. We're going to have to just wait on what the race officials decide.
Looks
I believe
like somebody
caution
may
has been
be
called.
in pits right now. I believe Mini
that's gonna
Panda did go into pits. Yes,
Okay,
he did.
it's going to be on lap 72 or 71 he pits because he's 2 laps down. Caution comes out on lap 74. Optomantis continues to lead. As Mini Panda pits on lap 71. Yeah, I mean, Mini Panda has not had his best day. That's gonna be his 6th visit to pit road. I'm sure quite a few more than most
Well,
others.
this restart is going to allow everyone to get grouped up again. Maybe some players like Dawson, other leaders who have gone back, give them a chance to
Absolutely
retake that lead.
Yes, I'm sure that's the opportunity he needed to get as everyone gets grouped up once more.
You know, I was going to say something about a caution, but I didn't want to jinx it. This caution is huge because
You obviously
this just
thought it, so
everybody
yeah.
together, and now this could really be anybody's race.
Yeah, I think realistically they won't pit because tires don't matter as much. So I think the best option is for everyone to stay out here. Like I think most people did. Yeah, I think at this point they're just gonna be as aggressive as possible. So we're gonna see the most wrecks in the race. We're gonna see. I mean, this is the 9th caution already. So I think it's gonna be very interesting to see how these guys get going. As we see, I believe that's Mini Panda gonna get one of his laps back. As we are currently under caution here with 15 to go at the line. Currently, we're waiting on a couple of guys to get caught up, and we'll be getting ready to go back to green here at Indianapolis. But I think all the playoff drivers can really have a sigh of relief as they know that they will all transfer over to the next round. As we know, King Wade had some engine issues already, had to retire from the race. And because of that, all the other playoff drivers will be guaranteed a spot in the second round.
Yeah, it's a sad thing to see, but you know, I'm sure it's not a terrible thing for everybody involved.
Absolutely, but it really sucks for Wade because he was the championship leader since day one of this. He won the first race, you know, has kept that championship lead all the way till the first round. It's got to be heartbreaking because much like last season, he got kicked out here at Indy, so I'm sure there will be a lot of frustration that we added to that camp. So, but as everyone has finally caught up, we'll be getting ready to go to green any moment now here at Indy.
Well, we're going to see what happens.
I think it's going to be one crazy restart. We're going to go green back with 15 to go at the line. I think it's going to be one heck of a restart.
My prediction, I think, is that we're gonna see Vulture here somehow snake his way up to first. Hawk, I think, may get a little aggressive, and I think he may just clean up Hawk afterwards.
I think Hawk right now wants that lead really bad, so he'll do anything for it. So, and you see green flag in the air here at Indianapolis. And very tidy up front right now, Hawk. Didn't get the best of restarts, but still able to keep a good restart. As you see, Exif is going to be pushing Random Shy past JD Max Culture on the inside line there. 2 wide, 3 wide further back in the field. Yeah. Great restart, though, for the leaders. They've really adapted themselves at this point. There's 3 wide going through turn 3 there. Everyone's able to keep it nice and straight there, so nice clean restart, but a lot of chaos further back in the field. But you see Optomantis.
Good contact in the wall back there.
Yeah, Optomantis right now, nice and clean. Getting a nice push from Hawk as we see the rest of the field further back in the distance, about a couple tenths back right now.
Race when you know you're watching a good race when you can look at any part of the track and see some excitement.
Oh, we got to spin. Barnesy spins in turns
Dawson
2.
spins out Barnesy.
Barnesy's going to spin it coming out of turn 2. Man, yeah, as we said earlier in the race, Barnesy, just a season to forget for him, really. Just wants to move on to the next season, get some more points, maybe try to make a run at the playoffs. Hasn't really had much of an opportunity this year. As you see, Optomantis continues to extend his lead. Leading his 9th lap of the race, coming to the line. think there's a lot of outrage right now for some of the viewers, especially Adam. Understands the position of Wade. Has been championship leader ever since Daytona, all the way back like 2-3 months ago. Here we are, Wade just out of the playoffs in the first round due to some engine issues. Very unfortunate for him, but the show must go on, as we are currently on board with Optimal Mantis. Has showed that he's had the speed today, hasn't really led the laps, but I'm sure he would love to get his first ever win here in the PPRL Cup Series. But as we look further back in the field, Dawson, Azawar, those guys just really mired back further back in traffic right now. I think that's one of the hardest parts here at Indy, just trying to make those passes, be aggressive. As we JDMX Hawk right now, the furthest highest up championship driver, followed by Active in 6th, Fan in 8th, I believe, Azawar at 10th, and Dawson in 9th. So yeah, a lot of these championship drivers have been much further back in the field than we expect them to be on any regular weekend. Definitely shows to how tough it is here at Indy and how good some of these non-championship drivers have been. We have 12 laps to go at the line. And to remind everyone, the caution cutoff should be, I believe, lap 79, I believe.
Not too much happening. It's pretty calm out on the track right now. Nobody's really fighting for positions too hard.
I think
It's
we're all
only a
just
matter
trying
of
to
time.
survive the calm before the storm.
I think
Yeah.
so too, yeah. As we get closer to the last couple laps, it's going to really pick up the aggression level for a lot of these playoff drivers, especially Hawk, who currently finds himself in 2nd place. I think he believes he can win this race. I'm sure he'd love to win this race so that he would not have to worry at all anything about Daytona. Daytona is a very tough racetrack when it comes to wrecks, and it's a lot about luck. So I'm sure Hawk would love to punch his ticket right now all the way to Homestead, Miami, as we have 10 to go at the line.
And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, we have 10 laps to go.
Yeah, it's been a very up and down race, I'm sure, for a lot of these drivers. Started off very strong for Dawson, and then Fan took the lead quite easily after a major lobby issue, and because of that we had to restart the race. Fan led quite a few of the first opening laps, but then ever since Dawson was very dominant. Last 30 laps or so, we've had quite a few lead changes. Had a lot of single lap leaders, but right now it seems like Optimal Mantis right now is putting on a show right now, really working well with JDMX Hawk. But as we see, it does seem like some of the guys further back in 3rd and 4th, Random Shy and JDMX Culture, have really started to close the gap on him.
We can see back out in 1st, Hawk starting to try to get a little closer to Optimal Mantis's bumper.
Absolutely, yeah. I think right now Hawk's got to be thinking risk versus reward, because getting a wreck, there's no way he has enough time to catch back all the way up. So he's got to be thinking, do I go for this win and punch myself all the way to the championship round? Or do I just maybe hang out in 2nd place, get a decent amount of points, put myself in a good position for Daytona? He's got to be thinking that right now. He's got to decide risk versus reward. Is it worth it or is it not worth it? I think that's what got to be going through his mind right now as we get at so we have I believe 8 to go at the line.
Looks like he's trying to do everything he can to get up close to Optimal, trying to make that move. Think he's
Yeah,
gonna go all
definitely
in.
getting closer. Yeah, all over optimal bumper coming out of turn 2. You see optimal Mantis.
Look at this optimal yapping a little bit.
Yep, just able to get just a little better run coming off of 3 there. We're going to see if he can carry that coming out of turn 4. As you see, yeah, Hawk still about a car length back from optimal. Just can't seem to close that gap very well. But I'm sure these guys don't want to look too far back. But we do see that Random Shy, those guys are catching up ever so slightly. So it's going to be interesting to see if those guys can catch them just in time.
Ooh, Culture trying to make a move. And, oh, hits the wall.
It's not going to be a caution, though. If he has damage, then that will be a caution, but we'll see.
Back in Black beginning now to pass Random Shy.
And the caution has been called out once more.
Wow.
Currently under 10th caution here, with only about 6 laps to go left in the race.
So this is going to be a very interesting restart.
This is going to be exciting.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of wrecks. Did someone just pit? Who was that car who just pitted?
Culture.
That's going to be Culture.
Yeah,
okay, yes,
did run into the wall
sustain
earlier,
damage.
so.
Yeah. I'm sure that'd be very disappointing for him, though. He was running a pretty good race until he made that contact there on lap 85.
Well, we got some key players in prime positions. We got Fan, Dawson, Exiv, Randomly, all within the top 10. Top 7
Absolutely.
going down.
Yeah, we got some of our playoff drivers. They might have a chance right now to make a run at optimal, try to get that lead back, getting closer and closer to that penultimate lap 91. Welcome to those who just joined us in the broadcast. We are currently under caution because JDMX Culture caught the wall coming out of turn 4 there, so we'll be getting ready to go to green any moment now as everyone catches up to the field.
Man, what's got to be going through Hawk's mind right now?
Man, I think right now he's really got to be thinking of how do I get where I have to be, and I think a couple cars have just pitted.
Looks like Azuar and Wheelie.
Azuar and Wooly. Yeah, so it definitely seems like, I think right now Hawk is thinking, man, what do I have to do to get past who is it, Optimal here? Like, that's all they got to be thinking. I'm sure.
And how to defend from the guy behind me.
Exactly. I'm sure right now he would not be disappointed with the second place finish, but I'm sure he would love to punch his ticket into Homestead. But he's got to be thinking risk versus reward. Is it really worth being that aggressive? What happens if I wreck? Like, all these questions I'm sure are going through his mind right now. So he's got to decide what he wants to do in order for the restarts to get ready to go to green here in Indy.
Back in Black, he's had a up and down night. He's in 30. He still has a possible chance at winning this.
Absolutely.
At one point, he was in last.
Great restart followed by Hawk. Random Shy. It's going to get even a better restart than Back in Black, as Back in Black's going to fall back to 4th place. Dawson currently all over the back bumper of that's going to be Sorry, that's going to be all over the back bumper of Exiv there. He's pushing Exiv down that straightaway. But it does seem like Optimal Mantis right now has got the restart sorted all out right now. Able to keep that lead. Continue to lead. As we see, 3-4 wide, further back in the pack, but right now we're really focused on this leaders up here. Once again, caution cutoff has been hit, so there will be no more cautions for the rest of the race.
Right now, it looks like Hawk doesn't have enough to get up to Optimal Mantis, but Shy may be pushing him right now. Could be giving him a boost up
Random
there.
Shy and Hawk have to work together right now, try to get past Optimal right now. As we've seen, it really takes 2 people to get past the leader, so I think Random Shy and Hawk have to work together as we're getting ready to go 2 to go at the line.
Looks like Dawson's gonna make a nice pass on Exiv, getting a boost from Fan. Very nice pass. Moves up to 5th.
And yeah, but the thing is, if the leaders do wreck, who will get past it? Who will be able to make it past all the chaos, right? I think that's one of the biggest questions right now. If the leaders do wreck, can Dawson or someone of those guys get a sneaky win out of this? As we get 2 to go at the line.
Probably will have to be one of the people that's not directly behind them. They've got to be able to navigate through.
You see Optimal, very aggressive blocking. Yeah, entering turn 1, very aggressive blocking from Optimal Mantis. Trying to defend for all it's worth right now. As they go into turn 2, Random Shy and JD is pushing Hawk really hard coming out of turn 2. Hawk going to dive to the inside right now. Random Shy is going to go with him. Can Hawk get the lead? Optimal blocking extremely aggressively. Optimal's going to push extremely aggressive block. And he gets to the inside of him. Hawk to the inside. Hawk to the inside.
Look at
Can he make the move? Yes, he does.
Optimal.
Can he?
Falling back. Shy pushing Hawk.
Yeah, can Optimal hold off as they get ready to go? 1 to go at the line.
What a run out of the turn there. He is going to take back first. Wow.
Absolutely. What a great run coming on that high line as we see Hawk. Oh, Random Shy and Black and Black are really fighting right now for third.
The picture.
Yeah, but as we see, Hawk once more is going to try that outside line right now. Just can't seem to get there.
Final lap.
Yeah, if what is it? If Hawk cannot get a pusher, then they're not going to get anywhere. As we see, Back in Black is getting pushed by Dawson. He's going to push Hawk.
Dawson with the massive
Can they catch Optimal Mantis with only 2 turns to go left? You see Hawk.
It doesn't look like Back in Black can reach it now.
Yeah, but Hawk's right on the bumper of Optimal Mantis. Can he maybe get close enough to put the bumper to him? As we see Optimal Mantis making the rundown. Optimal Mantis is going to win his first ever PPRL race here
that
at
was so
Indy.
close between.
Steal the race win from Chase Driver.
Way to win. What
a
way
race
to win.
Man, what a race. I'm sure his heart's got to be going at 1,000 beats per minute right now. Just beat out probably one of the best drivers on the grid right now for that win. Absolutely stellar show put on by these guys.
It was a photo finish between Dawson and Back in Black, just inches apart.
Really?
Yeah. Just side by side, they had a very good run. I think Dawson just beat him out.
Yeah, very good race. Overall, Dawson dominated the majority of the race. He had 67 laps led, followed by Optimal, who led 23 of the laps. So, very well deserved by Optimal. Has been in the league for a couple weeks, a couple months now. Has put on a great show. Has really proved to us today that he deserves to be known as a PPRL race winner in the Cup Series. A lot of chaos today, as we saw. A lot of issues for some of the playoff drivers. Wade has been knocked out of the chase due to some engine issues, had to retire. Very unfortunate. So, yeah, at this point we are going to do some post-race interviews. Let's go ahead and get our top 3.
Man, what a race.
Absolutely, man. It's been a very long race tonight. Had a red flag in between for some server issues, but we finally made it to the end of the race. Currently trying to get everyone in. And can we get the 3rd place finisher also? Who's the 3rd place finisher?
I think 3rd place was Dawson.
Was Dawson? Okay. Let's try to get Dawson in here. I think Dawson's showing offline, so give us a moment, folks, while we try to get our top 3 finishers. There's Hawk. So let's try to get the rest of the playoff drivers in, guys. So if we can get the rest of the playoff drivers in, go ahead, send invites to Azwar, Fan, all those guys, please.
All right.
Well, is Optimal in here? Okay, guys, please make sure you include your audio, please. Well, congratulations, Optimal. Your first ever PPRL race win in the Cup Series. How does it feel, especially in the chase?
Feels nice. Feels nice to come back after like a 2-3 week break and get a win. I just want to say thank you to my team. Aswar for being there to help me, especially Hawk. I know Hawk was on a different side or whatever of the team, but I appreciate him helping me there a bit. And yeah.
Yeah, well, once again, congratulations. I know there's a lot of pressure from you on Hawk. How'd you cope with it, and how'd you get the win?
Who's question for that?
That's gonna be for Optimal. Just how did he cope with the pressure from the playoff guys behind him?
There was a lot of pressure. Last 3-4 laps, I was starting to the nerves to start kicking in there, but the pressure wasn't too bad. There's a lot of good races here, and I enjoy all the good racing.
Absolutely. Well, let's move on to our 2nd place finisher, Hawk. I know 2nd place isn't a win, but still great run here at Indy. I know you struggled a little bit earlier in the race, got mired in traffic. How does this help you with the playoff picture going into Daytona?
Honestly, I was begging for a top 5, and thank you to CR for being a teammate and helping me, and yeah.
Well, once again, congratulations. What's your mindset going to Daytona, knowing that you're not locked in? Like, I know there's a lot of anticipation, and there's a lot of unknowns going to Daytona. What's your mindset going into that race?
Survive. That's my mindset.
Survive. Well, absolutely. Well, on your 2nd place finish, hope to see you at Daytona. And moving on, we got Dawson, our 3rd place finisher. Dawson, I know, man, you led a lot of laps. You led 67 laps today. Dominated a lot of the race. I know this isn't the way you want to finish it, but what were some positives you can take away from tonight?
Yeah, well, we're going to be looking pretty good in the playoff picture. We're going to be pretty good at Daytona. So, Yeah, it sucks leading that many laps and not getting the win, but third is great considering that it was a playoff race and we're just trying to points our way in. Just want to be able to get there. Just want to be able to get to that final four and compete for a championship. Got to do that first before we can win the race. So I'm happy with third.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take that as a win for me. So yeah.
Well, congratulations once again in third place. At this point, we're going to try to interview all of our playoff drivers. Someone's mic is going crazy on me.
Pack punches at you.
Okay, as well, I know it wasn't the finish you wanted. Still finished top 10. What do you take from tonight's race?
Not to be an idiot and pit at the wrong time. Definitely need to do that. But
Yeah.
it was a good race. Everyone raced clean. It was fun. Very competitive. So.
Well, we know that King Wade will not be making it to the next round of the playoffs due to an engine issue. Does that...
Wrong.
Sorry. What's the situation then? Sorry.
With there for a second.
There's Wade.
With Wade finishing in the lag-out position that he did, I fortunately had a mishap on the final lap, causing me to finish. I believe I finished 13th. So with me and him being tied, then in points, he had 2 additional wins.
Right.
So Wade is actually advanced into the next round. I am eliminated.
Okay. Well, so Wade, congratulations on moving on. I know it must have been a very tough race to watch, knowing that you couldn't do much about it and you had to have an external situation like this happen. What do you take from this race moving forward?
Nothing. Shouldn't be in.
Okay.
Got lucky.
All right.
Can't take anything from this race.
Okay. Well, I know it's disappointing that you have to get in this way, but congratulations on making it to the next round of the chase, and we wish you the best of luck. Moving on to Exiv. I know you had a pretty strong day overall. Found yourself top 5 most of the day. Just couldn't get there at the end of the race to get the win. What do you take away from tonight, and what do you look forward to at Daytona?
Okay, there we go. From tonight, we obviously advanced, so that's good, and also we have a pretty comfortable buffer going into Daytona from the bottom 2. So
right.
I think the only way I'm probably gonna Wade's gonna have to finish 8 positions ahead of me for me to get eliminated. So I'm just gonna ride around at Daytona and not get wrecked. So.
Absolutely. So similar to Hawk, just survival mode, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Well, once again, congratulations on moving on to the next round of the chase. And finally, we have Fan. I know, Bud, that you looked like you almost made it. Last minute, you got knocked out. What do you take away from this season overall, and what do you look forward to the end of the last couple of races of the season?
Finishing it. Overall, that's what you have to go for anyway. Just finishing the season. It's probably one of my, probably my best season that I've had, even though it's not over technically. So, competing for a championship, yeah, that's over, but it happens. It's racing. Only second time I've ever made the chase, so I see it as a plus.
Well, I know it wasn't the way you want to finish off the season, but congratulations on once again making the chase. I know you still have 2 more races to go, so good luck with the rest of that. And at this time, I'd like to conclude the stream. I'd like to thank everyone who tuned in. I know we had quite a few viewers. If you did miss any parts of the race, you can go ahead and check out the PPRL YouTube channel for all the latest replays, news from PPRL. And if you do want to go ahead and sign yourself up for next season of PPRL Racing, signups will soon be on the Wix website, which will be linked in the YouTube description down below. And you can also go check out the website on the YouTube channel. I'd like to thank all my co-commentators, King and Punch, so much for joining me tonight.
It was my pleasure.
It was a pleasure.
And at this point, I'd like to sign off. And I'll see you guys next weekend. Or sorry, later in the week for the midweek podcast. It's going to be on Wednesday evening at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. So make sure to go check that out. We'll also have a race debrief at that point. We'll be able to go over drivers. And at this point, I'd sign off and thank everyone for watching. And see you guys on Wednesday night.